Eddie, back in action after a 2-week break. Have you been able to utilise the time off?
Well, hopefully we have. We gave the lads a bit of time off at the beginning of last week. Felt it was needed with 3 away games that we had and a lot of time on the road. Lads have come back fresh and they've worked hard in between, and we've had some good training time. Been pleased with the preparation for this game, and hopefully that will show in the performance.
Is it a welcome break for you and the players? Obviously they didn't have it last season being in League One, or do you prefer to just keep going straight through if you had the option?
It's a difficult one because on Saturday, when you don't have a game, you want a game. And it's strange, when you have a whole host of games you think, well, we could do with the rest. So no, on Saturday I missed the game. I wanted a match.
It's the first time we've spoken to you since Eddie Mitchell's departure. What have things been like for you since? And we know Eddie was a hands-on chairman. Has it been quiet?
No, certainly far from it. It's been a busy time. Something that I didn't expect to happen. It came as a bit of a shock, and I've said already in the press what a great job Eddie's done for the club, and I think he'll be long remembered here for what's happened. But very much now looking forward to the future and working with Maxim and his team. Flew out to Russia early last week to spend a little bit of time with him and get to know his thoughts and his plans for the future and where he sees the club going. I was very excited by that meeting. So really looking forward now to the future and building a close relationship and moving the club forward again.
What does it mean for AFC Bournemouth going forward in the future? What have you been able to establish so far?
Well, it's difficult to nail down absolutely what it means for the club, because he's had such a hands-on role anyway, in partnership with Eddie. Now he takes the club on himself. All I can say is he's got the club's best interests at heart. He wants to move the club forward. He wants the club to progress. He's invested a huge sum of money in the club already, and it's up to us now to try and bring him more success. I'd say he's a very, very good man to work for. He wants people to work hard for him, and hopefully we can bring him the success he deserves. Do
you think it will affect your role as manager at all, the change at the top?
No, I don't think so. I think I had a good relationship with Eddie. I'm sure we can develop a really good relationship with Maxim. I'm really happy with the early stages of that. Both myself and Jason, I think we can really take the club forward as we want to, and I think he's got a lot of faith in how we're going to work. So I think hopefully both parties are very happy and we can bring more success to the fans here.
It's Blackpool this Saturday. What do you make of them so far? They've had a very strong start to the season, not conceding too many goals.
They've been very tight at the back. They've had an excellent start with a really small squad at the start of the season. I know they've added a few players since then, but their good start, it's certainly been built on a very good defensive structure. They've beat some good teams. They've gone home and away and got results. So a really good test for us. Probably one of the most difficult games. I know we've had some difficult ones already, but we're playing a side that's top of the league and hardly conceded a goal, so a really good test. It'd be great to be back at home. It feels like a long time since we've had a home game, and hopefully we can pick up where we've left off.
I know it's only early days, but they are top of the league. Do you think there'll be many tougher teams to visit the Goalsand Stadium this year?
Well, it's a difficult one to say because there's so many good sides in the division, so we've got a lot more good teams to come down here. I think time will tell on that. All I do know is going into this game, playing the side at the top of the league, so it's going to be a very difficult test for us.
How are the squad looking? Have you been able to use that 2 weeks to get rid of a few knocks and niggles?
Well, we intended to. Football being football, we picked up a couple of fresh ones, which was really disappointing and a shame. There's nothing we could have done about that. That's football. That's the nature of the beast. We do have a couple closer to fitness, so that's good news, and maybe Tokelo adding to the group, depending on what happens with time and if we can get him here quick enough. So we shouldn't be in too bad shape.
What is the latest with Tokelo, Eddie?
I believe this is second-hand information that his visa's been accepted and granted, so now it's just a case of getting him here. I know he's with his mother at the moment, who isn't very well, so we're in a race against time.
But he is potentially available for Saturday?
Don't quote me on it, because I haven't been told officially, but second-hand I have been, yeah.
And obviously you wouldn't have trained too much with the players, if at all, by that time. Does that affect your thinking at all? Are you quite happy to bring him straight in if the opportunity arises?
Let's wait and see. It's a difficult one. I'll have to make a late decision on that. It's not ideal that he hasn't met his teammates and vice versa, so we'll have to wait and see.
And I just asked you about Matt Ritchie as well. The fans haven't seen him this season. What's the latest with him? Is he progressing well? He's
progressing well. He's had a really difficult time. He had an assessment on his injury that it wouldn't be too serious, wasn't going to be too long, and he's sort of dragged on, and he's had a couple of setbacks, and now we are where we are. He's definitely improved. He's not far away. When we'll be able to bring him back into the squad, I don't know.
And just finally, Schwan Jalal's going to go out on loan to Oxford, a positive move for both parties, I'm guessing. It's some valuable game time for him and it keeps him sharp for you as well.
Well, hopefully. I think Schwan's been frustrated by his lack of opportunities here this season. Ryan Alsop's performed very well and been very stable as our number one. So Schwan's seeking to go and play and get some game time. Hopefully he'll get that, and if not, he'll definitely benefit, I think, from the experience at a good club.
Cheers, Adam.